Looks like things are going to be a little bit colder than we're used to. We're heading to Kazakhstan. Now, basically, there's very interesting things about Kazakhstan, sort of, but, yes, a secret Soviet project. Very interesting.
There seems to be trouble below.
You got there right on time.
Or a little late. Those are Rutland's men attacking the Kazakhs.
Or Amanda's. Most likely she's the one behind this. The lab is somehow connected to that military base, but we don't know how. If you can find the command center, we might get a better idea. Now, after the firefight dies down, you should try to...
Oh, come now, Zip. Waiting is for the patient. Or those without parachutes.
Well, I'd look around more, but go ahead and jump when you're ready.
Yep, and now we are going to leap and fly!
Now, Laura.
I have literally no idea why this segment is here. It provides absolutely nothing.
Very nice, Laura. But you've
And,
just from the frying pan into
oh, we'll be fine. We've got a machine gun turret. I think the cover is just fine. Now, as I was saying, Kazakhstan's quite interesting. So, basically, it's the world's largest landlocked country, by land area, and it's actually the 9th largest country in the world. So, it was historically inhabited by nomadic tribes, but it changed in the 13th century when Genghis Khan got his mitts on it. Then eventually it got taken over by Russia and was part of the Soviet Union. But it didn't... Well, it was one of the last Soviet republics to declare independence after 1991. So, it's basically the fact that there is a lot of Russian stuff happening here is not unusual. The two official languages of Kazakhstan are Kazakh and Russian, so you have all that to play with. Now, one thing that is quite bad is that the one thing that most people will know Kazakhstan from is Borat, or to use its full name, Borat, Cultural Learnings of America for Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan, which was produced and starring Sacha Baron Cohen. And yeah, not a lot of people were very pleased with Sacha Baron Cohen for Kazakhstan. Well, not for Kazakhstan, for Borat, because, yeah, it quite offensive, as Sacha Baron Cohen generally is. I still find it rather amusing that he did... Well, he went to the college that I attend at university. So I go to the same place as Sacha Baron Cohen did. And what's even funnier is that my tutor was one of his supervisors when he was studying in Cambridge. Because I believe he studied archaeology and anthropology. Oh no, he read history, never mind. I guess he just did a... Oh, she might have been his tutor as well. I don't know anymore.
You are American?
British. And it looks like we share an enemy. Where's your command center?
Yeah. I hate it when, well, I don't think anybody could quite mistake me for being American. I'm quite surprised they mistake Lara for being American. Well, I suppose with that jacket, the mistake's potentially possible. But it's just, we have such different accents. Like, seriously, and also Lara's got the proper Queen's English, posh British accent going on, so, yeah.
Lovely. That keeps them simple, doesn't it?
So yes, I apologise that my, I'm rambling a lot. I'm doing terribly in Kazakhstan. Everyone's just trying to kill me so much, and I'm completely reckless. I really shouldn't be using up all of my, health packs, because I'm going to need them. Either way, this is the, gate that they were talking about. And now we're playing Donkey Kong. But a quick, blasting of the, barrels, and boom, everybody dies. It's beautiful.
Satellite photos? We got our own. There's nothing there.
The lab wouldn't be visible from above. We need maps. There it is.
Oof, that's a hike.
I'm not walking. There's a military transport train that runs past the lab. It looks like Amanda's boys are ahead of me. I'd better run.
I think we might need to do more than run. Oh dear. Now, despite the fact that it says you better run fast, you are not under any time limit just yet. It's pretty much kind of only as you, engage in combat that, you, actually need to do anything. And even then, yes, it's basically as soon as you get down here that you are under a time limit. And it's very, very easy to progress. You don't need to take down everybody. All you need to do is get on that bike.
Forget the train.
And as soon as you've done that, ride off. And we'll be fine. So, we have another bike segment. And you thought the last one was long? This one's even longer. And equally as slightly dull. It's exciting and all, but it's still ever so slightly repetitive when you see this exact same set kind of location again and again and again and again. Oh, lovely. But once again, you should not have any problems in the combat department. It's all going to be just making sure that you are not crashing into things. It's a lot harder than the last version of this, because of what's going to happen reasonably soon. There are two sections that you have to go through in which there are a lot of holes in the path, and you've got to make sure that you go past them and don't die. It's generally a safe bet. Wouldn't want Lara killing herself. She's too much an important part of gaming history to let her die like that. Well, I was saying that there are many, many important characters in gaming's history that just have died unfortunate deaths. Like Crash Bandicoot and even Spyro, really. I mean, I know Skylanders is like one of the single most successful games ever at present, but I see Spyro as being dead, Crash 2, and it's only really now that I think a lot of characters that before had been presumed dead have actually started resurfacing, like Lara, and then what else have we recently had, or has been announced? Oh, yes, the whole Oddworld series is seeming to be on its way to revival, which is quite cool. Also, I know that there's a lot of people wanting Legacy of Kain to have a reboot. A lot of people love that. And if I recall correctly, there was a copy of it in my family. It's very, very hazy, but I seem to recall, like, Soul Reaver somewhere. It's really bizarre. Like, I can remember certain games from my childhood. I can remember that I used to have the PS1 Harry Potter Philosopher's Stone game, and we got to the Troll, me and my sister, and then we gave up because we were really bad and couldn't beat it. I also got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, but once again I gave up on that because I got stuck, and I was a very impatient child in respects to that sort of stuff. And also that game is quite buggy and glitchy. Even worse when it came to The Incredibles, the movie, the video game. Because, my god, if I thought that Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets was bad, I should have seen that game coming. To this day I've still never beaten either of them, largely because I got rid of them because I didn't want to keep them because they were terrible. But now I have games like this to keep me company. And even though this game is not perfect, it's still miles better than some of the rubbish I used to play as a child. I've become quite a gaming snob, now that I think about it. It's really bad. I just look down on some games and just like, no, this does not live up to the quality that I was expecting. But considering how expensive video games are, you have to be picky these days to stand a chance of getting the most bang for your buck, or at least getting the most worthwhile experience for your buck, because sometimes there are games that I've played that have been very short, like Child of Eden, that I am reasonably happy for the price I paid, just because the experience alone was worth it. And obviously, having done a playthrough of Child of Eden twice, and having played it once myself, that's about the same amount of time that I spend running through most normal games. So now this segment here is the majorly tough section that I was talking about earlier, because what you've got to do right here is land on the train and drive forward, but it's very, very easy to just fly over the edge and die. That's what I did the first time I played the game, and it's what I did when I was recording this. That was the fade. You probably noticed them a lot. Dying in Tomb Raider is very easy, and it happens. But play the labs in front of us. Let's go.